Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived.
She ain't sitting yet, so we gonna keep on going.
Mm.
I know. All I gotta do is just get back to the 5. So this should send me back to the 5. Try to go back out. I go out, make a left, and then make a right, and it should put me right back on the 5. Once I get on the 5, I'm good. That, you know, the 5 is my home away from home. That I'll take your ass over there. Wondering if these have always been up here.
What?
Because, or if it was just up there for Veterans Day, but we're on Veterans Drive, so maybe it's always been up here.
What, baby?
The little flags, they said you were never forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
But, Toyota can't make it up to you.
Tune up. Right, 4 hours fucking later. You ain't even paying attention. Oh, I like that motherfucker. Is that the Rubicon or the Renegade? Oh, that motherfucker beefy. Wrangler. Oh, that motherfucker beefy. 5 South. It's probably because of its tires. What?
Jonathan Friend, get to the chopper. Pizza time. Chocolate cookies. Chocolate chip cookie time.
Like, you see how that woman is dressed?
Yeah.
So remember when I told you I had went into the bathroom and a bunch of them came in? There was 2 younger ones, but the 4 older women had the dresses with the things over their heads.
Indian, right?
I think so. Isn't that what they are?
Yes. Either Indian or Muslim.
Muslims do that too, right?
Don't do it. Oh, it's barbecue rib time.
Oh, there you go, barbecue ribs.
Say, don't you do it.
Okay, back here to Tacoma we go.
So eat that T-bone steak time. All right. Lasagna time. Yeah, we good. Say, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Trying to find a way to navigate through Kelly.
Love from over the pond. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor.
We got much love for our people across the way over the pond in England. Hello, Governor.
He said, ha ha ha.
Love the accent over there. That's why we say, hello, Governor. That's how they say. Did you ever decide what we was doing about dinner?
Well, I had asked you. So you said you didn't know, so I went to default.
There you go. What's the default?
Spam and quesadillas.
Oh, that's a good default. We also got frozen burritos in there too.
And we got our Subway.
Oh yeah.
The Subway sandwich might be gone here in a little bit.
You're not making, huh?
He said, all right, my lovelies.
That's what they say out there. That's great.
Yeah.
Can I have a little? Is that cold? That's not cold, Daddy. Why you let me drink it if you knew it wasn't cold?
I told you it wasn't cold.
You did not.
I said, You want your energy drink?
Yeah, I'll take my drink. Get a little boost of energy. Do these last 300 miles. We're gonna be light enough. We might be able to do it. Yeah. 4:30 and 5 to 6:30. 7:30 is gonna be late. Maybe we'll book about
I already been prepared for long days. You want that bonus? You gotta do the long days.
Oh, they got a silver alert, not it?
Yeah, that motherfucker at the casino.
2002 white Ford F-150. Silver alert. That's for old people.
Yeah. Old people that went missing. So where you at?
We are in Washington.
It said whiskey time.
Oh, I like whiskey time.
Take it easy there, Jonathan.
Oh, look, that's probably where freaking, look, that's where the silver alert's at. Whiskey time. And Daddy said, if there ever a silver alert, look for us. You better look for us at bingo.
Yeah, bingo party, that's where I be.
Yep, we're going to get bingo somewhere. But we need at least an hour of drive time by the time we get down to Brooks to make it all the way down to Halsey. Because that's 47, 50 miles. And we got to be able to make sure we have enough time to be able to drop it as well as be able to go and park for it. So if we don't have a minimum of an hour by the time we get done fueling and doing Dev over in Brooks, then we'll just spend the night there, get up in the morning, and then head down to Halsey from there.
Spend like where?
Either in, we should be able to find a rest area, right?
You said we spend the night there. I was just wondering what you was talking about.
I was thinking about Crocs, but we'll just see how much time we have left over.
Tommy.
Because we were there for so long, we ended up getting back the 4 hours that we should have been short. We got back. Road. I'm gonna need for you to slow that motherfucking minivan down. That's what I need you to do. How do you get a ticket in the minivan?
Got that Hemi for Christmas. Just put it in the van.
No, that hell. Just slow that motherfucker down.
And let's put it in.
likely that looking at several factors. Number one, we're talking about a heinous crime, a case that has shocked the nation. As you mentioned before, Flashpoint has become a flashpoint in the national debate about immigration. And it would have been very hard to find a jury that didn't have strong feelings about it. Now, we also have to remember that things were not going very well for the defense. Number one, the judge in the case had already dismissed a motion by the defense where they wanted to have evidence regarding phone calls, DNA, fingerprints thrown out. They also wanted the case moved elsewhere. We heard today in court from the prosecutor, Sheila Ross, that she said that the defense approached her team last week saying that they wanted to go to a bench trial. Let's take a listen to how she explained it earlier.
States that they wish to waive the defendant's right to a trial by jury, and instead this defendant wishes to seek a trial by judge only, a bench trial. And the state has agreed to a bench trial so long as the trial remains before your honor and most senior judges override.
Shouts out to Ediday Bendez.
Sure whether Ivana understood or not what he was getting into. He asked them through an interpreter whether he understood that he was not going to be able to go back to a trial by jury. He said yes in Spanish and multiple times. And also when he entered the court, he was shackled by both hands and feet. We were able to see, if you can imagine this, and how difficult it must have been. Not only Laken Riley's mother, Allison Phillips, but also her stepfather, John Phillips. So it was very difficult, not only for them, but many people in court. Jake, back to you.
Rafael Romo, Stuart, thanks to you. We have a dramatic new video coming out of Amsterdam. Anti-Semitic violence and French police have also been targeted. Why other countries in Europe now fear this violence could quickly spread? That's next.
They said it was a big story. I don't know if that was an old story or a new story.
No, it looks like it's going on in Amsterdam too.
Oh yeah, in Canada?
Is that where Amsterdam is?
I think so. I thought Amsterdam was in Canada. That's where they have the cannabis cup. At least that's why I used to read about the cannabis cup. Like people come there and they bring all the best weed from around the world, and whoever wins, they win one seed of like super crunch.
Oh, super duper seed.
Yeah. That's a Volkswagen.
Volkswagen's better stay in his motherfucking lane. That motherfucker over the edge over there. Alright, let's get on. Let's get it.
know that was a. I thought that was just a city in sprawl.
Violence in Amsterdam as rioters clashed with police Monday night. The anti-Semitic unrest first erupted last Thursday in the Dutch capital, with attacks on visiting Israelis who were in the city for a soccer match between Israeli and Dutch teams. Authorities put emergency measures in place, and most protests have been banned, but the turbulence continues. CNN's Nick Robertson filed this report.
In the heart of Amsterdam, anti-Semitic thugs attack a tram, throwing rocks, then fireworks, setting it alight. Next, hurling racist slurs. Cancer Jews, one shouts. The Monday night violence, contravening strict police emergency measures intended to prevent such outbursts. 3 people arrested. The fabled European city has been on edge since last week, when fans of Israeli soccer team Maccabi Tel Aviv arrived in the city ahead of a match with the Dutch team Yachts Thursday. Maccabi fans were chased and beaten. Israeli officials quick to draw horrific World War II comparisons. Dutch officials quickly shouldering responsibility.
Telegram groups where people spoke of hunting Jews. That is so shocking, so reprehensible.
Official mea culpa isn't sitting well with some of the city's residents, who point to the night before the match, when Maccabi fans tore down Palestinian evil that we absolutely are worried too. On Thursday, Paris hosts an Israel-France soccer match. 4,000 police have already been called up to stop potential violence. The sudden escalation of European anti-Semitism is so disturbing, the Dutch government set to announce additional measures to tackle the hatred by the end of this week. The brazen anti-Semitic attacks continue, hints at the depth of anger on Dutch streets. And the Dutch police chief, the Amsterdam police chief this evening, has been warning that all day they've been picking up indications that there would be more riots like they witnessed last night, to the point that they got information saying that women and children were being warned to stay off the streets. I think at this point in Amsterdam, that level of violence hasn't rematerialized. Now, I think the Dutch police are thinking that tonight is the end of it. Jake?
Sorry, Nick Robertson, thank you so much. Just into our Law and Justice League, a startling discovery at the University of Rochester in Western New York. Hundreds of wanted posters targeting Jewish faculty members were found plastered all over the campus. The posters criticize faculty members for their alleged responses
So
to
they want the Jews out?
Hamas and Gaza. CNN's Brent Gingras is following this break. What more do we know about these wanted posters?
Yeah, Jake, listen, I just talked to a person who was a target of one of those quote-unquote wanted posters. She actually said she was having this, meaningful conversation with members of the Jewish community at the University of Rochester, came home, and then learned about how there are these anti-Semitic posters all over the campus. So it is now being investigated as an act of vandalism by the police there at the University of Rochester. But again, those wanted posters were seen all across that campus on Sunday night, and they targeted members of the faculty, the administration, members of the Jewish community, no students, it appears. However, in those posters, it essentially says that these faculty members allegedly are part of ethnic cleansing. They accuse them of being racist, these members of the faculty, and hate speech. Now police, again, investigating, trying to get to the bottom of who did this. But it's obviously very concerning for members of the Jewish community there at the University of Rochester, especially because this isn't the first time that it has happened there on that campus. There was also an incident that happened back in February in regards to this incident. One Jewish organization saying, hopefully this can turn the tide. Let's talk about this. Let's have an opportunity, they say, for the university to reflect on what is needed to instill meaningful education about anti-Semitism and spaces for healing. But we are learning that those posters are being taken down, of course, by police, and they're looking into who might have done that straight.
All right, Brent, take a grip.
Message 732. Important received today. Implementing hearing for next period. Message 632. Important received today. Implementing hearing directions. Message 542. Received today. Important 47 p.m. Message 442. Important received today. Important 47 p.m. Dispatch. Message 432. Important received today. Important 47 p.m. Dispatch. If you still deliver, please press the top to confirm. True. 1 4 3 3 6 0 1.
Say that ain't our truck number.
151 to 29, so they're only 208 miles. So we gotta eat 25 miles. Still puts us below 400, so.
It's higher than your average. Right?
Yeah, because we have to average about 298 miles a day. So we'll do a little over 298 today.
Message 132. Received today.
500. We can help. Not all companies qualify, but many companies do. Go to 1-800-ERC.com. Again, 1-800-ERC.com. Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed. Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com. Sometimes a song can make all the difference. Turn to the message. A channel filled with songs of faith to lift your spirits. The message, Channel 65, and home on the SiriusXM app.
Back with our money lead now. While many in Washington, D.C. are celebrating the defeat of inflation, one former Treasury Secretary is sounding the alarm. Here is Larry Summers earlier today.
Need to see me talking.
My own judgment would be that the Fed and markets are still underestimating the overheating risk. I am fearful that the Fed is going to be more like once burned, twice burned, and once burned, twice shy.
Quite a warning.
So you got burned and you got burned again.
Larry Summers, of course, predicted inflation after the COVID pandemic in 2021. He was ignored and swatted away by President Biden at the time. And this warning doesn't account for the Trump administration's agenda.
That's right, Jake. Larry Summers sounds concerned that the inflation genie may not be back in the bottle after all. He pointed to the fact that the economy is growing rapidly, that markets are on fire, and that inflation is not yet back to where it's supposed to be. Now, I was struck by just how concerned Summers sounded, that the Fed could be repeating those same mistakes of 3.5 years ago when they waited too long to put out the inflation fire by raising interest rates. And remember, the Fed just cut interest rates last week for the second meeting in a row. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, he sounds pretty optimistic that inflation is going back towards the 2% goal. Summers, for his part, he worries that the Fed and investors are miscalculating here, that they're underestimating the risk that the economy could overheat. Now, Summers does not have a crystal ball, but we should listen to what he says, because as you noted, he did correctly predict the inflation surge that we saw. And listen, the election made it very clear how frustrated voters are with high prices. Summers did warn that Trump's economic agenda could be inflationary, perhaps very inflationary. Jake?
Matt, this also comes at a time when Elon Musk and other Trump allies are calling for a fundamental change of the Federal Reserve and its independence. Tell us more about that.
That's right. Elon Musk has endorsed this radical plan to have Fed policy come under the purview of the president. Republican Senator Mike Lee, he said on X that he thinks that the Fed should be under the president's control. And Elon Musk quickly signaled his support here. Now, we should know that Trump himself, he has not made a similar proposal. But we should listen to what Musk is saying, because we know that he has the ear of the president-elect. Now, the problem here, of course, is the Fed is fiercely independent, and they view that as a feature, not a bug. Because
that might be the entity
politicians call the shots on interest rates, they would obviously keep rates very low. And 0% car rates. But we also know that sometimes rates need to be high to get inflation under control. And history shows that when politicians are allowed to influence central bank policy, it can backfire by causing high inflation and high rates. Jake?
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Appreciate it. There is some brand new reporting coming from the Wall Street Journal about President-elect Trump and the transition. The executive order in draft form that could impact generals at the Pentagon. We'll bring you that reporting next.
Damn.
Every NFL Sunday, you'll hear all the big plays on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Sunday Drive. Touchdown! Follow the entire league without changing the channel.
Chiefs are in the red zone. Let's go out to Kansas City.
Plus, fantasy football updates and post-game interviews.
From Baltimore, tight end Mark Andrews.
The Sunday Drive brings you closer to the NFL. Sundays noon to 8 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-519-3035. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-519-3035. That's 800-519-3035.
Tastes a lot better when it's cold, huh?
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solution.
just suggested? Ox Car Care. Yep, Ox will cover your car repair bills if anything happens to the car. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance. Wait, you pay nothing on the repairs? Ox just gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number? Yep, you don't pay, Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. They handle their... unlike the other warranty companies. Here's the number, 800-490-0429.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote.
800-490-0429. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with major car repair bill. Log on to oxcarcare.com. Car Care, 800-490-0429.
Yo, 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 Dad is in the house. What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? Black Friday deal.
Yes.
That's the NordVPN deal. Talk online trends now. NordVPN is rated as outstanding on PC Mag. Just visit NordVPN.com and discover the benefits of this all-around cybersecurity tool. It will encrypt your online traffic. NordVPN's threat protection phone tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. So improve your digital privacy and protection with one simple click. Get the special Black
Shout out
Friday
to
deal
Franco White.
at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily.
You hear Franco White?
NordVPN.
Frank White.
Cybersecurity built for every day. How do you boost your brand and reach decision makers?
Hey, Frank.
We can amplify and optimize your campaigns while growing ROI, sales lift, foot traffic, and conversions on targeted, passionate, and engaged audiences. If you're listening now, so are your customers. Get closer to what moves them. Learn more about how advertising on SiriusXM can benefit your business. Dial #250 on your mobile phone and say SiriusXM advertising for more information. Again, dial #250 and say SiriusXM advertising. All the girl groups. The Crocs. The Britney. The Biggie. The Boy Bands.
90s on 9.
All
Bag of chips on a clip.
Channel 9 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
Welcome to the Leave Out Takes After this hour. A massive resignation across the pond with ripples here in the United States. The Archbishop of Canterbury has stepped down over the healing of a horrific scandal. Now the Anglican and Episcopal churches are without a leader as officials try to figure out what comes next. Plus, Congress will that consent, and now we're just hours away from the critical vote. Will the MAGA wing of the Republican Party secure even more now than Trump's return to Washington, D.C. tomorrow? And leading this hour, the President-elect's cabinet taking shape as early hires are sending a strong signal as to what Trump's first priorities will be after he takes office again in January. The latest picks, both announced and expected, for national security and foreign policy focus, including Secretary of State, Homeland Security, and U.S. Ambassador to Israel. CNN's Kristen Holmes is here in studio. Kristen, you covered the Trump campaign, just got back from Mar-a-Lago. What do these new picks tell you about a second Trump administration?
Clearly, Donald Trump is focused on foreign policy. I mean, the fact that these were some of the top picks, Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, that signals exactly what direction that Donald Trump wants to go in. And the particular interest here is Mike Waltz, who is Republican from Florida. He is somebody who is a strong China hawk. He has spoken out against China. Marco Rubio, who is now, we believe, going to be offered Secretary of State if everything holds again.
Right.
You know, with Donald Trump, nothing's official until it's official. Also a big China hawk. This is going to give an indication of the direction that Donald Trump wants to go in, particularly when it comes to one of his campaign promises, which is being incredibly hard on China. Now, the one interesting thing about Marco Rubio, and really Mike Waltz to some extension, Waltz has seen a more kind of adaptive approach to Donald Trump. He's gone a little further with him, but Marco Rubio himself is not known as an isolationist, America First policy. He is much more of a globalist in terms of who is up for Secretary of State. So how that plays out in Donald Trump's America and Donald Trump's administration is something that we still have questions about.
What about this afternoon's announcement, which is an official announcement, unlike the Rubio one, which we think is coming but hasn't yet, the official announcement of the new U.S. ambassador, or at least nominee to be U.S. ambassador to Israel?
I think that sends a very strong message to Netanyahu, which Donald Trump has been really trying to build up that relationship. He's been very pleased with the reach out that we've had, that he has seen from Netanyahu to him directly. He went down to Mar-a-Lago. He's called him on multiple occasions. And obviously, as we know, with the former president, flattery gets you very far. And we've been told by senior advisors that Netanyahu has been very complimentary of former President Donald Trump. And the signal with Huckabee is this is somebody who has been a staunch supporter of Israel. He is somebody who, while not Jewish, would strengthen ties between Netanyahu and evangelical Christians in America, something that Netanyahu has wanted to do. But Mike Huckabee...
Once you become president-elect, you're now privy to all of the presidential, you know what I'm saying? You now have security clearances like the president to be able to call all the foreign dictators. Because part of your transition team is to make sure that they give you from November up until January to have a transition team to make sure that as you move in and the president moves out, that nothing lapses. So that's the job of the transition team, is to make sure they technically have everything in line so they can start day one.
Would have the power to review 3- and 4-star generals and admirals and to recommend removals of any of them deemed unfit for leadership. The Trump transition team, when we asked them about this Wall Street Journal report, responded to CNN's request for comment on this by saying, quote, the American people reelected President Trump by a resounding margin, giving him a mandate to implement the promises he made on the campaign trail. He will deliver, unquote. What's your take on this?
Well, I haven't seen the text of the supposed order, but I would say that one of America's most important achievements in governance is really to have made the military totally non-political in our history. It wasn't always that way. There were fits and starts, but we really have reached a point where the military believes its oath is to the Constitution and not to the holder of the presidency. And I understand there are concerns about things the Biden administration did in the woke area in the military. And the problem, and that's to sit the generals in town. We're not doing that woke stuff anymore. I think they would say, yes, sir, and that would be the end of it. But this idea that you're now going to review the generals with some indication there's a political loyalty test, I think is not just a mistake for the incoming Trump administration. This risks very significantly wrecking our success in keeping the military non-political.
I asked when I interviewed then Senator, now Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, about all the people like yourself and John Kelly and General Milley and all the others who have been critical of him. This is before the election. I asked about that. I want to play some of that, get your reaction.
For a lot of former members of the Pentagon bureaucracy, a lot of old neoconservatives, they have a fundamental difference with Donald Trump on the question of peace and war. They don't like that Donald Trump said no, but a lot of them wanted to start a ridiculous war.
On Sunday, as Mr. Trump, President-elect Trump is forming his cabinet, Donald Trump Jr. reposted a tweet that said, quote, we need maximum pressure to keep all neocons and war hawks out of the Trump administration, unquote, to which Don Jr. replied, agreed, I'm on it. It sounds like Don Jr. and J.D. Vance, well, I know J.D. Vance is talking about people like you. It sounds like that Don Jr. might also be. I'm wondering how you view what they are saying with some of the job too.
Well, I think let's start with the remark by J.D. Vance. It really shows a superficiality in his understanding of how the government runs. The complaints that I had, I won't get others roped into it, were that the way Trump behaved in office showed he was not fit for office. It had nothing to do with his substantive decisions. It was, among other things, his unwillingness to take responsibility for the very decisions he had made. But I do think there's a group of people who think that they are going to be able to screen out people not on the basis of philosophy so much as on their attitude toward the president. And the word loyalty is often used. I think that's the wrong word, actually. I think what Trump wants from his advisors is fealty, really a feudal sense of subservience. You know, he may get that, but I will tell you that will not serve him well over the course of his next term, and it certainly won't serve the country well.
As a former national security advisor, you tweeted that you, quote, implored the next office holder to do everything he or she can to put factual information in front of the president, unquote. I'm wondering if you think Florida Congressman Mike Waltz, whose name has been floated as a national security advisor, and Senator Marco Rubio, whose name has been floated as the Secretary of State, do you think that they will do that, provide the president with factual information?
Based on my knowledge of them, I think they will try and do it. The question is whether Trump's willing to receive it. You know, what I described as the role of National Security Advisor is the classic Brent Scowcroft formulation. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It was well before Trump came on the scene. But that's what the role is. And really, it's incumbent on the senior cabinet members and others who advise the president to try and do the same thing.
Rubio, back in 2017, asked some tough questions of Trump's first Secretary of State pick, Rex Tillerson, specifically on the issue of Russia. Rubio pressed Tillerson on whether Tillerson thought that Putin was a war criminal, and he said this.
To Tillerson, you've engaged in significant business activities in Russia, so I'm sure you're aware that very few things of a major proportion happen in that country without Vladimir Putin's permission.
Now I want to play what Senator Rubio said about Russia's war on Ukraine just last week.
I think the Ukrainians have been incredibly brave and strong in standing up to Russia, but at the end of the day, what we are funding here is a stalemate war, and it needs to be brought to a conclusion because that country is going to be set back 100 years. Now, that doesn't mean that we celebrate what Vladimir Putin did or are excited about it, but I think there has to also be some common sense here.
What do you think?
Well, I'll let Marco answer for that. Look, I think it's important that anybody who takes a senior position or responsibility in the Trump administration try and hold on to their principles and their integrity. I saw during my time people that I thought had a lot of intellectual integrity and personal integrity just wrap themselves around the axle in order to stay in the Trump administration. I think that's a mistake. I think one of the most important things somebody coming into an important job like that should remember is they don't need the job. And it's not more important than their integrity and honesty.
Former Ambassador John Bolton, thank you, sir. Good to see you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You elected them into office, and now the new class of lawmakers is in Washington, D.C. today. We're live on Capitol Hill with what you can expect from their first days of work. Plus, President-elect Trump and President Biden will be back in the same room tomorrow for the first time since June 27th in that race-defining debate. What we're learning about their meeting, that's ahead.
Never a blue Christmas here. Sirius XM's Jolly Christmas is the channel that delivers joy.
to yourself to find out.
In our politics lead, a rare moment of bipartisan support on Capitol Hill today. If President-elect Trump does, in fact, select Republican Senator Marco Rubio to be his next secretary, has already come forward. Rubio, he will vote for his confirmation. That's Senator John Fetterman, Democrat of Pennsylvania, posted on X or Twitter, quote, unsurprisingly, the other team's pick will have political differences than my own. That being said, my colleague, Senator Marco Rubio, is a strong choice, and I look forward to voting for his confirmation. Well, we should note, I believe Marco Rubio, as a senator, has voted for every Secretary of State nominee put forward by Democrats and Republicans. Just a little tribute for you. Karen, do you agree with Senator Fetterman that Rubio would be a strong choice to be, I mean, relative
Texas,
to
right?
a Republican president? We have to give credit to that.
No, California.
So what Fetterman is also saying is that he expects that there will be a process by which all of the people that Trump nominates will have to go through the regular process and go through hearings. And I hope that ends up being the case, and that this whole thing about the recess appointments that he's trying to get people to agree to, that's disturbing. But it's also part of what he made very clear during the campaign. He is about consolidating.
pretty a razor thin margin, very similar to what they have currently. We saw what happened to Kevin McCarthy in the last Congress. He took 15 ballots to initially be elected Speaker, and then of course he got ousted from the speakership in historic fashion. I asked him if he had any concern that a handful of people on the far right, in particular, may try to prevent him from getting the speakership on January 3rd. He told me he's not. He believes his members will be on line, and he's going to try to rely on Donald Trump's support to get those members in line. And also, Jake, he plans to go to Mar-a-Lago this weekend as they try to formulate the legislative strategy for the rest of this Congress and as Donald Trump takes power. And Shannon.
And Manu, Republican senators have their leadership vote tomorrow. How is that race shaping up?
John Cornyn and John Thune, two longtime members of the Senate Republican Conference, they are seen as the clear frontrunners in this race. It is hard to handicap it between the two of them about who actually may win this race. John Thune is the current number 2 in the Senate Republican Conference. Cornyn used to be number 2. They have deep relationships. They've raised millions of dollars for their college, which is why they are seen as the likely able to succeed. Scott, the Florida Republican senator, someone. Even though Scott has gotten the support of members of Trump's orbit, not Trump himself, Trump is he's neutral right now, but people who are allies of the former president, outsiders in particular, like Elon Musk, calling for them to elect Rick Scott. I talked to one of Scott's supporters in the Senate, Tommy Tuberville, about the pressure campaign that Scott's supporters on the outside are leveling on Republican senators to back him for the job.
My phone has been ringing off the wall. My email has been
ringing off the wall.
People want somebody to going hand in hand. It's also a business guy like Rick Scott that can work with President Trump. So it should stay out. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's up to him. But if he was asking me what you had, I'd say, let's let us handle this. And then, you got a lot of people to hire.
So that last comment took real referring to Trump himself, saying he thinks Trump should stay out of this race. And it's unclear if he'll get in, but Jake, if he were to endorse, that could be potentially a big risk here, given that this is a secret ballot election that will take place behind closed doors tomorrow. Could go any way, and Donald Trump does not want to be on the wrong side of picking a Republican leader that will be elected tomorrow, given that members can vote however they want. But Trump does plan to meet the Senate Majority Leader tomorrow afternoon after this election is out.
All right, Manu Racho, Capitol Hill, of course, thanks so much. And we turn now to Democratic Senator-elect Andy Kim of New Jersey. This is his first TV interview since he won his race, and Kim will be the first Korean-American in the U.S. Senate ever. And your parents are still alive, but they're both Democrats.
Yeah, that's right. My parents immigrated from South Korea to the United States 50 years ago to this year, so we get to celebrate 50th anniversary of our family in America by me becoming a U.S. Senator.
I have some serious questions for you, but what was that like for your parents on election night, that they come to this country and, a few years later, their son is elected senator-elect from New Jersey?
Yeah.
I mean, that is the American dream.
It was really emotional. Actually, the hotel that we the election night at was a hotel that my parents, my whole family, all of us moved to 37 years ago. We lived out of that hotel the first few weeks that we lived in New Jersey when I was 5 years old. So I wanted to come back to that hotel and pay tribute to the opportunities that we had. But I'm humbled by this opportunity. I'll be the first Asian American elected to the U.S. Senate from the entire East Coast of America. So we're trying to show that there's a new era here coming in, and a lot more opportunity.
First, what? Latino?
It's great, and it's very nice. Okay, let me talk to you about issues now. So you won.
Back to that little hotel you was at.
Republican opponent. New Jersey did, however, in that same election last week, moved to the right. President Biden beat Trump by 16% in 2020. Harris only carried the Garden State by 5 percentage points. That means something like 4% of the voters that day of New Jersey voted for Donald Trump and then for you. What do you think?
Well, look, this isn't the first experience I've had like that. In 2020, when Trump was last on the ballot, he won by congressional district, but I won as well. I outperformed Joe Biden by 8 points. It was the 7 Democrats in the country who would have just been Trump won. I spent a lot of time trying to dive in and try to figure out what happened there. And I think there's some lessons learned. We certainly need to make sure we're talking to voters right now, trying to understand their approach. But one thing that I kept hearing from people was they are just so sick and tired of the status quo in politics. It's not deliberate. This is something not just over the last 4 to 8 years, but just writ large. And Donald Trump is someone they continue to see as an outsider, someone who's not from politics. For me, I'm somebody that comes at this from a sense of public service. I'm not central casting of what you'd imagine a senator from New Jersey to look like. But they like that. They like that I stood up to leaders in my own party over the last year, standing up against the previous senator who was indicted, standing up against the machine politics in New Jersey. You know, that resonates with people. They want people that aren't pigeonholed in a certain way. And I think that that's something that the Democratic Party needs to confront, different from the status quo.
What does that mean policy-wise? Because obviously,
they turn their lights on out here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You don't disagree that much on issues, right?
Well, yeah. Look, I mean, I think moving forward, I mean, we need to show, for instance, that we're tackling a lot of the anti-corruption efforts we're trying to do. You know, probably the most popular piece of legislation I've ever introduced is legislation that would ban members of Congress and senior government officials from owning and trading individual stocks. You know, for instance, like a change the world, where people see that as signals to be able to gain or show a difference. When the Democrats are talking about protecting democracy, we're talking about the threats that Trump faces. We have to show that that doesn't mean we're trying to protect the status quo, trying to protect a system that clearly isn't working for so many Americans. You know, we need to show that yes, we believe in democracy, we believe in institutions, but we want to understand that so many people feel such distrust and frankly, I'll go as far as say disgust with politics. And Trump is somebody that has shown a desire and a track record of saying, like, you know, he's going in a different direction. He's not from the same old politics. And that's a space that the Democrats need to understand.
So one of the things he's also doing is he's signaling that he wants Republicans in the Senate, your new job, your new workplace, to adjourn so that he can appoint recess appointments to his cabinet positions. I don't know how many he wants to do this or which one specifically, but he wants to do this to, I mean, the best interpretation is he wants to do this so he can get up and running with his policy. The worst interpretation is he doesn't want the advice and consent of the Senate. He doesn't want to deal with the pesky vetting and confirmation hearings. What do you think about that?
Well, I think about it in terms of the fact that, you know, I want the job, whose job description is in the Constitution of the United States, and that should be our guidepost always. Our vote is to, and that's the same thing for the president, is to the Constitution. So taking steps that are trying to shortcut around that and game the system, things of that nature. And again, he's framing it as this sense of, you know, politics don't work, it takes too long. We'll find ways to be able to speed this process along. You know, especially, frankly, you know, the Senate's going to be in Republican control anyway. But regardless, the people of New Jersey deserve to have a vote. They deserve to have a chance to be able to have a sense of who their leaders are going to be. And if he circumvents that, try to be something that I hope the American
Kim, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much. Do you make your wife call you Senator? Or
no.
What about your kids? Make your kids call you that?
Of course, yeah.
Kids have to
helps them the dishwashing.
That's appropriate.
Yes.
That's appropriate. Congratulations again. Good to see you. Bitcoin and other digital currencies are surging after Donald Trump's election victory. What you need to know and what this could mean for the broader economy of investors.
Oh, because his homeboy is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-474-1867. 800-474-1867. Again, that's 800-474-1867.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I
was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out, clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a leaf filter. America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/eco to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness.
I bet you there's big money out here.
That's leaffilter.com/eco for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promo is 20% off plus a 10% senior military discount. One discount per household. And paid for by RFA cancellation. Are you feeling trapped by a timeshare you no longer want? You're not alone. Thousands of people are stuck paying for timeshares they hardly use. But here's the good news. There's a way out, and we're here to help. We specialize in legally canceling timeshares. With years of experience and a dedicated team, we've successfully helped countless clients just like you break free from those burdensome contracts. No more annual fees, no more maintenance costs, just freedom from your unwanted timeshare. Imagine what you could do with all that extra money and peace of mind, whether it's traveling to places you really want to go, saving for a new home, or just enjoying life without that financial burden hanging over your head. We make it possible, and it's easier than you think. Call us today at 800-481-1796. That's 800-481-1796. Our friendly experts will guide you through the process step by step, ensuring a smooth and stress-free experience. So call us now at 800-481-1796. Again, 800-481-1796. 800-481-1796.
This is an ad from BetterHelp. What's something we've always wanted to learn? An instrument, a new language, how not to burn pasta. Whether it's big or small, imagine how great it would feel to we were always learning and growing, but sometimes we lose that curiosity that made life feel so exciting. Easy to think that we are who we are, and we can't change. But BetterHelp is here to tell you that it's never too late to be who you want to be. Therapy can help you reconnect with your sense of wonder, because your back-to-school era can come at any age. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started with affordable phone, video, or live chat sessions you can do from anywhere. Then the option to message your therapist between sessions and anything comes up. Rediscover possibility with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/CNN today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp. HELP.com/CNN.
In our Money Week now, Bitcoin reached an all-time high Monday, continuing to soar. After President-elect Trump's win last week, other cryptocurrencies are also climbing. The surge likely reflects investor optimism that President-elect Trump will fulfill campaign promises to weaken federal oversight of cryptocurrency and establish the first-ever national Bitcoin reserve. CNN's Vanessa Krukavich has more now on how the Trump presidency could impact this industry.
Bitcoin soared to new heights today, flirting with a new record, 90,000 US. It's the latest in a crypto frenzy fueled by President Trump's re-election choice.
You got 100,000 times 10, that's a million.
Digital cryptocurrency trades on some unregulated exchanges and has no central regulating authority. It is not backed by the government or a bank. It can be very volatile.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto. Bitcoin, if I was the government, I'd close it down.
President-elect Trump was once a crypto skeptic. During his first term, he said it was, quote, based on thin air. But in recent months, he's changed his tune, accepting crypto campaign donations.
Hello, Bitcoiners.
I'm speaking at Bitcoin 2024 in July.
I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
In September, Trump helped create a new crypto business, World Liberty Financial. Crypto bar in New York City's Greenwich Village. He also proposed a national crypto stockpile.
The first transaction by a president on the Bitcoin protocol.
As Trump assembles administration, he's surrounding himself with crypto-friendly advisors. Argues it promotes freedom.
I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps.
Vanessa Yurkevich, CNN, New York.
Motherfucker was on
Thanks,
TikTok talking about say hi to my mom and I'll give you $200,000. Stupid shit like that.
Hundreds of people on day one. That story's there.
Are you like millions of Americans who avoided filing their taxes this year because you're afraid you'll owe the IRS thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, you don't need to be afraid anymore. Tax relief advocates has the solution. We can file your back tax years and maybe we can reduce or even eliminate what you owe. With over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, we've helped over 100,000 Americans just like you permanently and painlessly resolve their IRS debt. A free solution specialist is waiting to speak to you now. We'll let you know what tax debt reduction you may qualify for. Don't wait. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call our tax relief hotline now to see what you qualify for at 800-277-4619. 800-277-4619. That's 800-277-4619. Tax relief advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Selling your home? On Ready.com.
All these miles and stuff on the stick.
Pay you upfront for your listing. $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, just for a chance to sell your home. Why would they pay to be your agent? Well, your listing is really valuable.
Same for everybody.
So if an agent is smart, they'll go to Ready and offer you cash up front to get it. And you do want a smart agent, right? So go to Ready.com, REDY.com. Simply give us the basic information about your property. We'll notify all those smart agents who signed up on Ready, and in 48 hours, they'll be competing for a chance to sell your home. Chat with them. Choose the best one. Get paid. Thousands of extra dollars in your pocket, and it's still day one. Smart agents, smart you. Get more when you sell your home. Go to Ready.com, REDY.com, or call 888-448. Ready.
Not right near around here.
Oh no, not right here. Over here, about to say hello.
If you like spontaneity, the answer is yes. So when the mood strikes, you're ready to go.
I felt like when you're planning it, my wife is definitely much happier. When you take it, you're ready to go.
The Cialis Daily lasts longer than Viagra.
Guys are raving that the results last even longer.
My partner thinks that I am a rock star because it is effective. When I say Cialis, it's literally life-changing.
Our 30-day sample pack's available.
You can now access a 30-day sample pack at TryRexMD.com with generics at just $1 per tablet if appropriate. Online approval at TryRexMD.com is simple, with medication delivered direct to your door. There's no copay, no doctor office visit, and your shipping is always free. Visit TryRexMD.com to get your sample pack. That's TRYREXMD.com.
States another document contains is not an exact street disease, and from your research labs, we don't just make supplements. We deliver cutting-edge innovation in every box. Beyond Labs is your one-stop shop for plant-based multivitamins and supplements to support healthy aging, managing daily stress, or helping you get that restful night's sleep you deserve. Discover the science-backed difference. It helps you feel your best. Visit us on it.
Message to everyone. Including receipt today at 2:37 p.m. from Climate Code. The instant delivery please accept the drive to confirm 24298. Day back to quick reload and deliver on country. 1433968. Additional stops. Pickup.
Did y'all see the deer?
1851 trailers. 1, 2, 3. Florida Code. Loadout. Georgia Pipe number 511 LC address. 30470. American Dealer City. RC State. 800-547-9169. Driver mode. And commodity. Paper and paper product 10. Low. High.
Santa Clara.
1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1, 0, 6, 2, 8, 1. Total WHT 20655. Total count 30 pallet salt 00 BL 1 WGT 0000448 CT 00000. Calls unrecorded. C1NN at 11/15 from 7 o'clock to 00 coast to coast going 1,343 Alley 4,403 W Children Boulevard City Meridian Street IDPH 999.
Back up to work.
I know.
I jinxed it.
Message 145. See today at 2:37 p.m. While pickup and delivery times sent with feature dispatcher reflected in the pick and delivery app.
Hey, girly. Can you confirm that load for me? And does it show if it's ready? Oh, shoot. Not yet. Okay. Now, what is the normal way to go up there? Would I have to backtrack and go up to the 5 to the 84 and then shoot the 84 all the way over? Okay. All right. So I guess I can attempt to see if it's ready. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to get this load there tonight. And then what I'll probably, if it's not ready, then I'll send over a message on the call pump to say that it's not ready, and then they'll contact you when it's ready, right? Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll send over a message if it's not ready. All right. Thank you. And then once I get to Juana, I'll go ahead and answer it. Huh? I know they want me to pick it up tomorrow night, and then I have to get it to Idaho because it's due at what time on Friday? Okay, so yeah, hopefully I can do some tomorrow, and then I can do the rest of it on Thursday. So sometimes they're ahead of schedule. I don't know. I just don't want to have to pick it up at 6 and try to drive. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I'll let you know. I mean, it's not going to hurt to ask, and then hopefully it'll be ready early tomorrow at like 11 or 12. All right, thank you. Okay, bye. So it is due Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning in Meridian. And I believe Meridian.
Where's it going?
Meridian, Idaho.
I don't know what GP or Costco.
Yeah, we're picking it up at GP and taking it to Costco.
Oh, we're doing Costco's out there.
Huh?
We're doing Costco's out there.
Out where, in Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything we pull out of GP goes to either a GP or a Costco.
I don't remember doing no Costco's in Idaho, that's what I'm saying. We're doing Home Depots out there.
400. That's 460 right there. And then plus whatever 20 or 30 miles it is to Meridian, because I think Meridian is right around exit 35 or 40, 33, somewhere right around there. Whatever the case may be. I mean, if you have to do 475 miles tomorrow, we can, but I'd rather not. But if it's due at 7 o'clock in the morning,
where's Meridian at?
it's like within the first 50, like the first 40 miles of Idaho off the 84. So I at least want to be able to make it to Ontario on Thursday. I got at least I gotta go. And the thing about it is that we can get cigarettes on the way back because we dropped the load on Friday. Today is Tuesday. I should have enough cigarettes to last week until Friday. So when we get paid on Friday, we can just go to Caldwell, Idaho, and get cigarettes there. You know what I'm saying? We can do 5 and 10, and that should at least get us home. That's 10 days. Yeah, that should get us home. And then on the, I can just spend $25 over there. Oh, but you don't like that stuff, so I gotta find something.
Oh yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah, we can park there tomorrow, take showers. We'll park there on Thursday, I mean. Take showers, then go to
Yeah.
and if I have to pull, I think we have like $40 left in our savings account. So I can move that over because at least if I can get that half or $25 over. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. Half a bag of shrimp for $25, that ain't bad.
Nope. But y'all jumbo.
Jumbo shrimp. Hey.
Yeah, we did shrimp and cigarettes in Idaho while we're up there.
Yeah. I don't know if I ain't never cooked shrimp in the oven. Is it possible to cook shrimp in the oven? I've always sauteed it.
Oh, you should be able to do that on, you can do that on the grill though.
I'm just saying, I never seen anybody make shrimp in the oven.
Oh, no, me neither.
Even when I worked at the Frontier Hotel.
But that's what I'm saying. You know how you take the butter and the garlic and you mix it up on a regular frying pan? You can do that
Yeah. Yeah, I seen them make those clams.
Yeah.
I seen them make those in the oven. We had a steamer where we used to cook the asparagus, tighten it up, put it in, tighten it up, about 10 minutes, and shit steam the shit out of the food.
You could probably make asparagus inside the oven.
Yeah. I already got the recipe for that from YouTube. That asparagus I made that night was good too. They say can't be done. Got a long way to go. Short time to get there.
So because we'll check to see if our load is ready. If it's not, how about we can bobtail?
Oh, to the corner.
Over there to the corner. And then we'll just wait. I thought I'll leave a message. And then hopefully she can check at like 12. If it's not, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe if we give her everything by 12, we can go down there and check and see if it's ready by 1 o'clock. If it's ready by 1, we should be able to leave. We can at least get on the road and probably stop at a Love's or the, you know that rest area that's right before Stansfield?
Yeah.
We can go right there. Technically, you don't even have to stop right now. Oh, we need to drop those off. Coming back up this way. Keep going way back up.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to waste time by going into Brooks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The fuel will be good for tomorrow. So we'll wait, we'll grab the trailer, we'll hit Brooks. Grab fuel and depth, drop that off. And then head on up. Because like I said, that's probably about a 5-6 hour drive. So as long as we can be on the road by 1 o'clock, we can park by 7. Or if it's not ready till 6:45, we'll pick it up. Go and get fuel and depth tomorrow.
Yeah.
Drop off the cookie spread and how about park at Ontario? Park, take showers, and then we just need to
Tonight?
no tomorrow or Thursday because today we'll pick up the load tomorrow. So that's what I'm saying. So depending upon how late it is,
Put on my pants. Around get it. Cooking spray to a homeless person.
I'd rather get somebody to be a trucker going by there anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, didn't we get some stuff to a homeless person before? A bunch of pros and shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, whole bag of shit. He looked in that bag like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
You better use your little barrel of fire and cook it. Better do.
He wanted some money for it. bit.
I'm sure you did.
Probably for a bit.
Hopefully that storm will push past, but we might run right into that motherfucker. It's gonna get cold up in Idaho now.
Yep, I'm ready.
But I'll find out tomorrow or tonight once we stop exactly where Meridian is. So I know because we might be able to go to Ontario, take showers, run to the store, and then get back in the truck and drive up to Caldwell. We'll have to take showers in Caldwell too.
Meridian might be up north by Coeur d'Alene.
Oh no, it's not. It's near Caldwell. Exit 44 off of 80. So it's 45 miles in. So,
That's what I'm saying. How was you going to plan on going to Ontario? Ain't that further in?
what, Ontario?
Yeah.
No, we have to go through Ontario to get to Caldwell.
Caldwell. I thought we were dropping in Meridian.
It's 20 miles past Caldwell.
Meridian is?
Caldwell is exit 29 inside of Idaho.
Oh, you said past the state line.
Correct. So it's exit 29 inside of Idaho where they want us to get off is exit 44. So it's a 15-mile difference plus maybe another 3-4 miles to Costco. So I know the question is, we very well may not be able to stop. We might have to go all the way to Caldwell.
What do you mean stop?
get paid back? Or we can just say fuck it, wait till we back down the other way.
Either or.
The problem is that if we send public money to put gas in her car, we're really going to be strapped.
Who ain't been putting no gas in?
She put gas in our car, but it's slightly under, it's between a quarter and a half a tank. That's not going to be enough for her to be able to go.
Come on, Boo been using Holly's car every night.
I don't know.
Yeah, I see her on the Vivid. I don't understand why she uses her car and don't put gas in it. She got a company card for Uber to get to work.
No, she has a company card to get Uber to go from wherever her job is to the hotel, and then from that hotel back to her job, not all the way home. But yeah, she wants to put gas in.
Since the two vehicles and not put gas in either one of them.
Right. So what I'll tell Holly is I can probably send her 20. 20 should give her at least 2 work and back.
Uber must be broke.
Huh?
See, Jasmine must be broke.
I don't know, but Holly's going to have to tell her she can't take her car because you're not putting gas in it.
Yeah, because you asked your parents for money before you asked your sister, and your sister the one driving the shit.
Because she don't feel like dealing with Uber's attitude. The funny about it is that bitch ain't got no vehicle. She ain't got no, the only bill she has is fucking rent and her cell phone bill.
She behind on the rent.
Right. The rest of her money goes to taking Ubers to and from work. Because you won't take the bus. I understand taking the Uber home, but you won't even take the Uber to work. I mean, you won't even take the bus to work.
So I can't remember the last time she Ubered. Because in the morning, every time I wake up, I'll see that Vivid had an alert and the garage door was open while the alarm was open. Every morning I see the same thing.
Well, that doesn't mean she took Holly's car.
You know what I'm saying? I see the Vivid outside. The outside camera shows that she pulled up. I don't know. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I guess it did. It's our car.
That's what I'm saying. When Holly gets off, I'll tell her we can send her 20. That should get her to and from work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Should get her almost a half a tank. And like I said, that should get her to and from work. And then Keisha can come pick up some kids on Thursday because you ain't supposed to go over to that house anyway. Keisha can pick them up on her way home. So you ain't got to worry about gas on Thursday.
So I don't know what Boo's gonna do tonight. They probably have no gas, and she's gonna have to. I guess.
Yeah. If she's working, she's going to figure it out.
Don't say no nabby?
No nabby.
So we wasn't far from one.
120 miles.
Is that that big old bridge? Are we coming to it?
What big old bridge?
That we crossed from Oregon to Washington?
Yeah, we'll be crossing it, not right now, but yeah, we'll be crossing it. Like the next 6 or 7 miles, maybe.
There'll be no time to merge on that one.
Oh, this motherfucker got on this guy. This motherfucker.
Both of me, huh? Sunday driving on a Tuesday.
You got his hat on. I'll go take a fucking plate. Well, I get it. So she's doing like a Thanksgiving / barbecue all mixed into one.
I don't know why she's trying to do all of that. She's doing too much. Cook a regular dinner.
Well, there's probably going to be at least 30 or 40 people there. Just us alone in our household, we got 7 people.
I understand that. I just think it's stupid.
That's okay. Because how about we going to get ribs, we going to get some jerky. I want it all, Daddy. I want it all.
Bronco. Look like a Jeep. It's the wheels again, baby. Wheels got you.
That's not that Wrangler, is it?
I don't know.
What does it say on the right side?
Trail Boss.
Trail box? What does that mean?
Good on the trail. You know how Jeep do it. They got Track Hawk, Trail Hawk.
Sure as shit, it's a fucking Jeep. Come up with it says Jeep right on the front of it. You know, train trail. Whoa.
What?
Look. This is what we have to deal with. And that's just going to turn to straight snow as it goes over there.
Yep.
We just got to make sure we have chains on the trailer.
guys who aren't going to be of any kind of use to you whatsoever. So be careful to be a drop in order to make that move. Necessary. Appreciate that phone call. 888-963-2682. When we come back, let's dive into quarterback waiver wire, right? If Daniel Jones is going to be gone, then you're going to have Drew Lock. Who else besides Drew Lock might be available to you use in fantasy the next several weeks? Howard Bender, Jim Bones, it's Fantasy
So
Alarm.
they're not sure if they're going to start getting down.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Well, I thought you said Drew Lock wasn't no better.
Well, he's not, but this is the point. Daniel Jones right now is under guaranteed money, okay? If they sit him for the rest of the season, then they can technically trade him along with his contract to another team who's suffering for a quarterback. If he plays these last 9 games, and let's say your last 8 games, and let's say he gets hurt, he is guaranteed $23 million just for him. So if he gets injured, the Giants are on the hook next year for $23 million. If they don't play him so he doesn't get hurt, then they save themselves that $23 million. It's not guaranteed. That's the only money that's guaranteed is in reference to injury. So if he gets hurt, then they'll have to fork over $23 million to Daniel Jones, and then if they want to let it go, then the company, then they can go ahead and pay him. But why you want to, you know what I'm saying, if you play him and he gets hurt, why would you give him the $23 million guarantee for next year and then trade him fast?
I thought they said earlier that they was going to play him.
Well, that's what they were saying when they had talked to the coach. They were saying they were going to stay with them, but then they said they were going to reevaluate things after the bye. We got a bye this week. So they're going to reevaluate things after the bye. So when they come back, it'll be week 11, they'll come back to week 12. Okay, now you're only looking at 7 games. Do you really want to risk 7 games, Daniel Jones getting hurt, and then it costs you $23 million?
They like y'all going to the playoffs anyway.
Right. There's no way in hell, even if we win all the way out, that we're going to both make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because Philly or Washington will either win the division and the other person will make it to the playoffs by going into the wild card. There's no way in hell we're going to be able to get through them. We're done. You know what I'm saying? We are absolutely done. That gives us 6 games left after this bye week, bye week 11. So yeah, we got like 6 games left, 7 games. Yeah, we're done. There's no way in hell we're going to be able to win out because we still got to play Philly one more time and we got to play Washington. Oh yeah, we're going to get our ass kicked. No matter who the quarterback is. So it would be smart of them and to save their cap for next year because $23 million is guaranteed and it's their cap for next year.
Well, they got to have one of the worst records in the league right now, right?
We do have the worst record in the league. Why? Because we were tied with Carolina 2-7 and they beat us. So
right.
now we're 2-8.
Right. So if you guys continue playing bad, then you guys get the first round draft pick.
Right. Right now, the only team that's ahead of us, I think they said, was Tennessee. They have the number 1 draft pick. We have, that's what Jeff Ratcliffe was talking about this morning, and we have the number 2 pick.
Okay.
So if we continue losing, and let's just say Tennessee gets 1 game, how about if we get that? We'll get the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? And so then we can go ahead and make whatever adjustments that we need to. But again, the reason they brought on Drew Lock, because he's been in the league for a year. He used to play for Denver. He used to play for a couple of other teams. I think he might have even been under Dallas. But just in case Daniel Jones got hurt like he did last year, because remember, Daniel Jones got hurt, then Tommy Cousins got hurt.
Right.
And fucking Jacoby Brissett. No, Tyrod Taylor. Remember, Tyrod Taylor got hurt. Now Tyrod Taylor is backup quarterback for somebody else. Again, you got to pay these motherfuckers money. But you were so adamant during Hard Knocks over the summer that you had signed this motherfucker to a $147 million contract.
Ooh.
Daniel Jones.
Insane. He wasn't worth that.
No. $23 million, like I said, is guaranteed each year for him being hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna need for you to go on ahead and bench him. That way it don't cost you guys $23 million and you can use that to put it someplace else, like our O-line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of there's a lot of teams out there who have a bad O-line and their quarterback's not getting sacked as much as they are. Their quarterback isn't throwing as many interceptions. Because look, Sam Darnold threw what, 4 interceptions and still found a way to come back and beat Jacksonville? Come on. You know what I'm saying? This nigga here, daddy, it's just terrible. And you can't run the whole time. So my thing about it is, and then you get ready to throw the ball, you either overthrow somebody or you throw it short. What the? And he definitely doesn't have an arm to get it all the way downfield. That's his problem too. He can't throw all the way downfield. He's ridiculous. What did I say, Daddy? When they bench fucking Eli to put this motherfucker in there. Didn't I say that wasn't a good idea? Yeah. These motherfuckers hell. So you just spent $147 million on this dude. I believe they signed him last year. It's like a 5-year deal or whatever, because they said they was rolling with Daniel Jones.
That's almost a third of the team's worth.
Right, they were at our organizations were more than that, but they were going to go ahead.
More than $1 billion?
Our organization? Yeah. But that's what they said, is that 20 of it comes off, plus whatever he might be able to get a deal someplace.
I don't know why they just up and gave him all that.
You went against the worst defense in the worst passing, the worst rushing defense team, and they came out and whooped your ass and sacked your quarterback like 4 or 5 times. No, I take that back. I think it was like, oh no, that was Caleb Williams who got sacked 9 times. Yeah, I think Daniel Jones got sacked 4 or 5 times.
Well, shit, when you think about it, Dan Oz might want to get out of there too.
Right, well, this is my thing. The whole point
because he already paid. So why am I continue to stay here and get my ass whipped every down?
Well, because he has to play to get the money. But that's my problem with Daniel. You throwing an interception or supposed to take the sack, nigga, use your legs. Do you know what I'm saying? Run out of the bullshit and then throw the shit away.